Today is Wednesday, May 25th, and you're tuned into the Elevator Radio Show. Hey, everybody got a good show for you today, nice and short, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. It's great to be here where it is Wednesday yet again, and if you look behind me, if you're watching the video on YouTube, or if you're not, that's okay. But actually, it's actually a little light outside. Oh yeah, I slept. Excuse me, I slept in a little bit this morning. Figured that after looking at my my news feed, wasn't a ton of content out there, which is kind of nice, and gave me an extra hour of sleep, which I desperately needed. It's one of those weeks where we have two people on vacation, so I have to fill in, which I totally don't mind. But I am telling you, if there's no better reason to take a vacation than other than to recharge your batteries, it is to show those that you work with what you do. I mean, honestly, holy cow! I do know what the two people do that are not here, but I really appreciate them more now that I have to do what they do, and while they're out of the office. So again, vacations are twofold. One is to recharge your batteries, spend time with your family, and two, to make those around you appreciate what the hell you do each and every day. But I'm having a good time. It's all good. Every day goes by really fast, and ultimately, it's just I'm exhausted by the end of the day, more so than normal. So, hey, I want to thank everybody who came out to the CEA fundraiser last week at Hawthorne Racetrack. Had a really nice time. I do not understand how horse racing is still a feasible thing for the world, I guess. I don't really know how to re-say that, but yeah, I mean, I think horse racing back in the day probably was a big thing, but now I don't think so much. Honestly, it's like, man, it's like, I don't know. I'm not lucky when it comes to any kind of gambling. I'm lucky with my friends, my family, and industry friends, and I will take that to the bank. But it was a great time. It was really nice to see a lot of people who came out who I haven't seen in a long time. So. And had a chance to talk with them. Hey, next Chicago-related event is going to be held in, I think it's June 8th, the Chicago Escalator Safety Foundation fundraiser. So make sure, got a great turnout for that. I want to really thank everybody for buying tickets, for sponsoring, and giving back to the industry that has given many of us so much. So, this weekend is Memorial Day, and it is, I want to say, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite holidays, but it is, it is one of my favorite holidays for the only reason that I really try to do my best to go out of my way to remember those in my family, or those that I've known, or those that I do know who have died serving our country, the United States of America, and how much they gave up, really. I mean, it's so important to share those stories, to not let them die, because the ultimate sacrifice that was given is truly that's worthy and deserving of that memory. So make sure you don't forget to do that. Don't forget to share a story at dinner about somebody that was in your family, or friend that you knew of growing up that served in any one of our wars or during any one of the conflicts or during just regular service duty, and thank them for their service. I think, in memory, if nothing else, and let us never forget those that perished in some of the most historic and world-changing battles that our world has seen. So do that. Hang a flag outside your front of the house. Please do that. Go buy one. Home Depot has probably got a whole run of them. If you can do so, make sure it's not made in China. And it feels great to have an American flag hanging in front of your house. I still have the same flag that I had, and I take it in, obviously, that I purchased after 9/11, and had that flag hanging outside our house. And our nation should not need a national catastrophe for us to show unity. We should be doing that each and every day. So that's my soapbox talk for the day. But yeah, I'm headed up to Wisconsin. Looking forward to that. Just taking the boys. Going to head up really early Saturday morning. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a tough trip, but it's going to be a very rewarding one, I hope. So, make sure you plan your vacations for sure. So, anyway, we'll get up into the show notes next and have you out of here in no time. If you're traveling, make sure that you travel safe. All right. Up next, the news.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
First news article came from popularmechanics.com. This is actually posted on Facebook, one of the pages that I am on over there. The hidden science of elevators. Didn't really think there was a quote, hidden science that ran elevators, but sure, there's algorithms. There's all sorts of math that goes into it, and being one that's not excellent in math, it's still a good article, and I think it's cool that some light is being shed on, obviously, equipment that's in our industry. So check it out. Link is in the show notes. Next article is actually a video that young woman is explaining basically the same thing, but I wish there were some more factual checking when the videos and articles are written, because I'm sure there's lots of people that would share information on that if they were just...
In college, I lived on the 26th floor. My view of the Brooklyn Bridge was beautiful. My wait for the elevator in the morning, not so much. I thought that elevator was my friend. I would push a button and it would get me to class.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, this elevator, it had a mind of its own, an algorithm. That's right, elevators run on code.
They sure do run on code. I'll let everybody watch that in at their own time. On their own time. The one point that was made that kind of concerned me was that she says elevators are controlled by sensors, light sensors. I'm like, oh boy, that doesn't really. I don't know too many elevators that are controlled by light sensors, so other than doors. But still, cute little video. Check it out. Link is in the show notes. It's nice to see elevators in a positive light, for a change. Okay, NEI's got a great newsletter article regarding occupant evacuation operation, and this has been talked about in the past, but really good article. I encourage you to subscribe to the Insider. Go to nei.org and you can subscribe with your email. It's open to anybody, not only members, but something you might want to share with your customers regarding elevator usage. And you'll see more and more of this as new buildings are constructed and codes are obviously adopted for emergency evacuation, and it's been in the process for quite a few years. So check that out. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but it is seeming to not be very happy. So if something freezes, I apologize. Okay, 12 people were stalled in a Facebook elevator, Mercury News reporting, and they were, I hate advertisements. Did anybody learn their lesson from AOL? And for those of you who are old enough to remember the discs everywhere in the world, you found them at the grocery store or whatever. But man, banner ads and pushing your face advertising just doesn't work. I know it's the only way people or advertisers can feel like they're getting their money or their product or their clients out there, but man, it's just a pain in the butt. Anyway, dozen employees and guests were stalled in an elevator for more than 2 hours in Facebook headquarters on Friday. Man, they were rescued using the jaws of life. Yikes. That's going to be expensive. I'm sure many of you out there have dealt with overzealous firefighters, out there who and customers of elevators who literally go, "What? I have to pay for what? Who gets that bill, right?" Oh man, I have a feeling that building owner's not too happy and probably will think twice or put some kind of plan in place regarding how to deal with an elevator that is stopped, which should really include contacting the elevator company if they haven't done that. So anyway, link is in the show notes for more information. Okay, China has been in the news actually quite a bit. I'm not sure how many articles are being repurposed or reposted. It's kind of difficult to tell. I don't want to keep up on them. Can't believe all of these great ads that are embedded in this thing, which seems like some hoochie-coochie stuff. Anyway, but apparently a little girl... It's believed that a little girl stepped into a gap in the floor after a worker removed a panel on an escalator to carry out maintenance. So, you know what? Again, very similar to the incident where the young lady / mom fell into an escalator at the top of it. So terrifying. What even concerns me more, this came from the dailystar.co.uk. What concerns me even more about these articles is the images that are shown. Holy crap! I don't know. I guess I admire how we do things in the United States, and that we don't show graphic images and images of actually people that are victims in types of accidents. And I am so glad, because the images are disturbing enough to where it hits home. But I never want to get to the point or the day where we don't ever believe that, or that we become desensitized to it. Here's another one. Sheshan escalator swallows elderly man, tries to eat his leg. The title of that is ridiculous. This is coming from Shanghai.com, which is kind of a blog news site. But again, you've got images here that just, I mean, how in the world how do you post this kind of crap? I mean, it's just, to the victim, it's typically, it's terrible. I just don't know how else to say it. And honestly, I will not post any more like this, because it really disturbs me, and I don't think it is right. So anyway, but yeah, China's still having issues with equipment, with maintaining equipment, with inspecting equipment, with having equipment that's actually running. So what you may want to say what you will about, or complain about what our systems might be and codes might be here in the United States. They do, for the most part, work. I have to say, they do. They prevent kind of stuff like this from happening. You haven't seen any kind of accident like this on equipment in the United States. I've not seen any. Maybe many of you have out there, but still, it's scary. Most of the accidents that occur and are due to rider behavior or idiots doing stupid stuff. So, anyway, yeah, a little disturbing. Okay, Elevator World Unplugged has some pretty cool cartoons over on their website. It has a nice little historic collection of pieces that were created by a variety of artists, and so I think it's pretty cool. Good article. Hano, thanks for posting those, and encourage you to check those out. Link is in the show notes. But yeah, it's a unique way of artists back in the day adding, a creative spin on our industry. 3 mayors get stalled in elevator after a meeting, and this wasn't a joke, but everybody's okay. This is in Pittsburgh, not a big deal. Fox News, I don't know, it must be a slow news day in Pittsburgh. Oh, come on, mouse. Come on, mousey mouse. Move around. Next news article. Here we go. Regina couple upset over elevator episode. I can understand why. CBC News, Saskatchewan reporting. Apparently, a couple wants assurances elevator problem won't happen again. Well, it's not going to happen because elevators are designed to stop working if there is some type of issue. So, Regina couple who were stuck in a tiny hot mall elevator for more than a half an hour are seeking assurances the same thing won't happen again. Man, Saskatchewan, that seems like you've got more time on your hands than you need. But yeah, they're questioning there should have been a backup generator. Well, you know what? That's not always the easiest solution to, emergency power operation. So let's see here. What happened? Let's just see whether or not that was the issue was okay. When the power went out, there should have been a backup generator. Do you think they would want to pay for that or help pay for that in some kind of like mall usage tax or whatever? And they kind of talk about scenarios that could have happened. Obviously, what if a pregnant woman had gone into labor inside the elevator? It damn well could have happened. Well, it could have happened, and people have babies without doctors. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of things could have happened, but it didn't happen, and you should be grateful that everything should be okay. The city enforces building code standards are set by the province. So, yeah, backup generators are a good idea. So, but it just seems like the news story really didn't need to get to this extent. Do you think any reporters out there, take on some of these stories and are like, "What in the hell am I reporting on?" Do you ever think that? I would think that happens quite often. But they do it because it pays the mortgage or the rent or the car payment. A good article, getting uplifting lesson in elevator installation for an Oklahoma City church. News okay. Yeah, reality is that elevators are expensive. They are expensive. So yeah, for a 2-stop elevator, looking at a price tag about $50,000, and yeah, it's expensive. That's all I can say. And if you don't plan for something like that, or long term, or for elevator modernizations or improvements, you're literally going to have a bigger price tag when things have to be upgraded, and that happens quite a bit. I talk to a lot of people with equipment that's been running forever, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's broken. Now we have no way of getting parts. What are we going to do? I said, well, you got, listen to your elevator contractor. You got to lean on them for their expertise and ultimately make the best decision. Well, we don't have the money to put a new elevator in. Well, you better start figuring out how to get it, because obviously the elevator is the lifeblood of any building, and if you don't have one working, you're not going to have tenants to deal with, etc., etc. So anyway, okay, next news article, state government flu campaign rolled out on escalator handrails. This is on Australia, I believe, or maybe not Australia. In Australia. The New South Wales government has targeted a new medium escalator handrail ads to support education campaign and promote flu shots. Pretty cool. I think it's a good idea. It's a lot of information on a handrail. This is from a company, Ad Roller, which installs ads on handrails, which run in a continuous loop. So I guess in Australia it's their winter time, so maybe the flu is up high there. I don't think it's cold there, so you wouldn't think that they'd have that kind of issue, but apparently they do. I guess why not, right? Anyway, so pretty cool. I don't know if there's any products out there that will, and I'm not sure if actually that's, I'm not, anybody know if, and if you can post on the Facebook page, that'd be the best way of doing it. Anybody know if, I think I'm not going to talk about it. Let's just move on. How about that? I cannot compile a complete thought. Maybe that extra hour is killing me, or maybe I don't have enough coffee. I think the coffee thing is the latter of the issue. And my mouse. My mouse needs some coffee because it is slow as well. Anyway, okay, forget all that. Brain fart. Okay, elevator inspections now Oklahoma's responsibility. Actually, this news piece, the video will be on today at 5 o'clock. Apparently, look forward to hearing more about that. It's just really just goes into quick facts about it, which again I'd like to learn a little bit more about. Oh, here we go. City of Tulsa's inspection program of local elevators ended. Year-long transition to state responsibility is almost up, and Fox 23 is going to investigate how the state's 5 current inspectors can handle an additional 2,174 inspections in the Tulsa area, and some incorrect information is causing confusion, a backlog, and the need to hire temporary workers. Anyway, learn more about that. Hopefully, it'll be on next week's show. All right, next article. Family of girl injured in escalator accident to get $15 million. Family of Bergenfield girl injured in Garden State Plaza escalator accident to get $15 million. Not a whole lot of detail. Both the escalator owner and the elevator company did settle, not, though, however, accepting liability for the accident just to get out of the damn thing. You know, one of those things where you've got an attorney in the room telling you that you better settle, or that could be, you know, the suit or the amount awarded could go much higher. But $15 million is a lot of money. I mean, speaking from a company owner who, you know, understands product liability and what it costs and how much, you know, you could be liable for. $15 million is a lot of money. It sure is. So I'm sure that anybody who has an elevator and escalator is paying quite a bit of money and insurance, and those that are, you know, working on it are doing the same. So anyway, next article, the Orion is an article talking about the elevators are safe, permits expire. This is in California. Chico State elevators are safe and in good working order despite having expired permits posted inside them. University officials said last week. 20 campus elevators surveyed by Orion last week displayed operating permits that expired in mid-April. The expired one-year permits were visible in elevator cabs inside at least 12 buildings. So, Facility Management and Services Director Kevin Doyle said he knows that the permits aren't up to date, but he said that they are in contact with state inspectors to come out and perform the inspections that need to be done. And that is sometimes the case. Not ideal, but still sounds like they're on top of it. A lot better than not realizing your elevators are expired and not quite understanding it. And really, the last news article I'm gonna cover after we get into the giveaway, the prize pack giveaway, is just a tribute to Memorial Day and those that have. Oh man, my mouse is just killing me here. It's all laggy, and I'm gonna play that right now. But I'm just gonna mute it so that. Okay, come on. So that here, hold on a second here. Hold on. It's actually just a song. I'll just leave with the song, and then that way we're it's all good. But before I do that, I'm gonna go into my news aggregator. I got my news. I got so many windows open, but I am going to get in. Come on, my mouse is killing me. I don't know what happened. Microsoft, I'm blaming you for this. All right, I'm going to get my random number generator. It's for the prize pack giveaway. We're giving away a $100 gift card. Also, some great, cool goodies. There's some Starbucks gift cards and some other tchotchkes that have been donated by various companies. So, all right, gonna enter the low number and the high number, and entry number 2621. All right, 2621. I'm going to go over. All right. Jeff from Maryland. Jeff, you're an elevator mechanic. You have just won a $100 Visa gift card, as good as cash, and some great goodies. So, Jeff, thanks for listening to the program. I'll reach out to you via email to confirm your address to ship all the goodies to. So, everybody have a great rest of the have a great rest of the week. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to those of you who have made sure I was okay after spilling a cup of coffee in my lap. It was not hot, thank goodness. And have a great Memorial Day. Remember, don't forget those that have served, family members. Don't forget them. It's so important not to. And we'll be back next week. Take care. Bye-bye.